So there is this writing myth that's going around that writing multiple characters is difficult. And it's just not. It's easy to mess up if you're not thinking about it, but it's not hard to do. All you got to do is use a sensory ladder. Unlimited cinematic senses for every single character that you see. But pick one person, go deep into their head, and describe what they taste, touch, smell, feel, dream about, plan to do, and think about. You're going to be golden. The sensory ladder goes like this. There are cinematic senses that we all pretty much share. There are close senses that put you inside of somebody's head. And there are deep senses that don't involve any stimulus at all that put you deep in somebody's experience. I'll start with the deep ones. The deep senses are things like imagination and memory and planning, focus, abstract thinking, things like that. That's deep. It doesn't have to come from any stimulus outside of yourself. And I try to use it pretty sparingly, but that's as zoomed in as you can possibly go. That's using a lens that goes, right up to here. Like, oh my God, I had this crazy dream and you won't believe what happened. I turned into a dragon and then I vomited. And close senses are the bread and butter of the third person limited writer. And when I say third person limited, it's just a fancy way to say you're in third person, but you're following the experience of a character. You're in Tyrion Lannister's head in a Tyrion chapter. You are in Harry Potter's head in all of the Harry Potter books, even though it's third person past tense. The close senses are smell and taste and touch. As soon as you describe the way that the Polyjuice potion tastes to Harry, you are in his head. You can't experience that unless you are in Harry's head. So you're using close senses, describing smell, describing taste, describing texture. The cinematic senses are the things that everybody shares. They're sight and sound, and that's why I call them cinematic. They're the tools of cinema. They're expressions. They're what somebody's voice sounds like, how their tone changes. If you've got any questions, just let me know, but it's not a difficult tool to use. Just start trying it out.